because I believe that everyone who has an idea should have support and should have a village. And while you build it, I hope you look to me and look to this collection of stories and connection to help you know for sure that you're supposed to do it, that it's possible for you to do it. Because I really, really, the intention of this entire podcast is to help you know that that thing that you've been dreaming about doing, that you so deeply desire, that is so connected to you, it's possible. Hello, and if this is the first time you're listening to It Takes a Village, thank you and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. If you are returning and you are coming back, thank you for also being here, rocking with me. And I have a couple of requests before we even start this episode. Number one, if you are listening to this episode and you love it, please share it with a friend. Organic reach is the best reach. And if you feel inclined, which I hope you do, please leave us a written review on Apple, and that helps boost the show organically. It's a great way for you to give back to the show that gives to you. And number three, the newsletter. We have a newsletter. Head over to ittakesavillagepod.com and scroll down to the bottom, fill out the information, and we will send you information. You can also check out more details and more show notes. Everything that you want to know and are interested in about the show is updated there. Okay, let's get into this episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am so excited to talk to you about this new thing that I have available for you. So this is called Build Your Village, and it came to me in a divine download. I was walking. If you've been following me on Instagram, I've been sharing about how I do my morning walks and how they have turned very meditative and very prayer focused. And I was asking God today, like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And I felt, and I have been feeling for the past few months, there is a book that I need to create. And I was like, okay, what kind of book? What kind of book? What kind of book? I was literally asking over and over and over again. And I was walking outside, and at first, the first thing that came to me was like 10 things you've learned in business. And then I kept walking, and it was like, okay, no, this needs to be for women. And then I kept walking, and it was like, no, this needs to be for self-funded women who are doing things on their own, solo entrepreneurs. And all of this stuff came together. It just started coming, and I was just like, yeah, but I just felt like something was missing. Something was missing. I couldn't place it. I was like, what is the thing that is missing? And when I got home, I started washing my dishes, and I was like, okay, I'm going to just ideate out loud. I've been doing a lot more talking out loud. I used to speak in my head. And this past weekend, I was at a seminar, and this guy was talking, and he was saying, you should speak out loud when you pray. And I was like, wow, I really never speak out loud when I pray. I was just praying in silence. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do that. So I started praying a lot out loud this week, especially when I'm walking. And I've been taking walks in the morning and walks in the evening. And it came to me as after I got home, took off my shoes, started washing dishes. It came to me, it was like, how to build your village, building your village. That was what came to me. And I was like, oh my God. And I'm not even joking. I started crying. I really felt so emotional and so connected to it. And I was like, I have to do this right now. I have to do this right now. Lately, I have been following the inspiration of doing things right in the moment. I actually got that inspiration from a friend of mine online. Her name is Glow Atano. I think you guys probably follow her, Glow Graphics. She's fantastic. And she was just saying, like, when you feel motivated to do it, just do it. And when you don't, it's okay, just rest. Just trust that the balance of that will work itself out. And I felt so motivated to create right in that moment. I was like, build your village. I started to write out what I wanted to do. I was like, this is exactly what it needs to be. I really think that, we've spent so much time talking about other people's villages. and the way that they've built them, whether it's been mine. The first 10 episodes talk about my village. I talk to friends of mine and company founders and artists about how they're building theirs. But what we really haven't spoken about is how to build yours. And so building your village is the first available video book. It's a video ebook that will be available for you to purchase so that you can understand what it is like to actually build your village. And if you're new here, my story is I've worked for myself for over a decade, and I started my career after working for corporations, Cisco Systems. I worked for Salesforce, and I was in the sales department, and I moved from that into being a makeup artist, and from being a makeup artist, I went to start being on camera, and so I did the Today Show, I did the Wendy Williams Show, just recently I did the Drew Barrymore Show, and I started to do these on-camera things, and then I took a lot of what I was doing and I became a content creator. And as I became this content creator, I was like, I'm going to start creating my own web series. And so I created a web series called Exploring Harlem. It's available on YouTube that you can go check out. And it's all about community. It's all about giving back to the community. I lived in Harlem for almost all of the 10 years that I was in New York. And Exploring Harlem was just like, it was a way to give back to the community that whenever I would go into these shops, I would just feel so loved. Or it was maybe a place that I feel like I felt had a lot of just je ne sais quoi. Like it was beautiful. It was like, oh, this place that's just, it feels like it's going to do really well. And like one of those places is Harlem Pilates. So if you live in Harlem, New York, you know what I'm talking about, because I think they have 3 locations now. And at the time they only had 1. There was a flower shop that we went to. I went with and each episode I went with a friend of mine and we talked to the different business owners. That grew into my love of having conversation about business. It grew into It Takes a Village podcast, which is where we are today. And we're currently, we've currently finished 3 seasons of It Takes a Village. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't even created anything specific for you. How do you do it? I've experienced a lot of loneliness in my life. And I always had a feeling of loneliness as a kid. I grew up with both parents. Sometimes growing up with both parents doesn't mean that you won't feel loneliness at all. Sometimes you can feel emotional loneliness instead of just physical, like somebody's physical body can be there, but you can emotionally feel disconnected, which is kind of what I think I felt, which is what I felt. But in the loneliness that I'm really referring to right now is the loneliness of creating my own business, my own company. And I chose it over everything. When I was 26, 27 years old, right before I actually, quit working for myself or working for other people, I was in a very serious relationship, and I made a lot of decisions in that relationship that prioritized working for myself versus being in a relationship. And at the time, I didn't think it was a big deal. And I think back at that time and I go, wow, that was like the last time I really felt like I was like fully committed in a relationship. And that was over 10 years ago. And so while I've had relationships in between, because of course, right, I haven't had anyone to really, really lean on and support me, whether that's financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically. I just haven't had it. And I have suffered from that. And it has been something that has made me very sad and also very angry. And I didn't even realize I was angry until I had a few conversations with some friends, and I really sat with that anger, and I was just like, oh my God, it is so much to be by yourself and to create your own thing. And I was resentful of people who had someone to do it with. Like, why is it that I had to be by myself? And so the reason why I named it Takes a Village, I didn't even realize it at the time, but the reason why I named it is because I remember thinking it takes a village to raise a person. It takes a village is a proverb. It's a community proverb that reminds you that you need people around you. And my friends have been that person. My friends have been those people for me. And it's been beyond tough. I couldn't put it into words for you. And I have so many friends right now that I know, are trying to figure it out. There's so many people starting companies right now. So many. There are people who are excited and looking forward to doing it. And there's so much that I wish I knew before I started. And that has expanded even more because of the access to the people that I have around me and the community that I have around me. So I'm taking all of this together. I'm putting it in this video ebook. It's going to be videos for you to consume that are going to be juicy and connected and amazing. And I'm so excited to share them with you because you deserve to know how to build your own village too. And you shouldn't feel siloed and you shouldn't feel by yourself. And if you are a solo entrepreneur like me, or if you're just curious, how do you do it? How do you self-fund your own stuff? This information will be in that video book. So I'm very excited to share this with you. It is very vulnerable to go there to share this with you because I feel like I think I've had a chip on my shoulder about creating my own thing. Like I'm fine, I can do it. I'm doing it by myself, I'm good. It's tough. And there's a lot of tears. There's been a lot of crying. There's been a lot of anger. There's been a lot of processing. There's been a lot of everything. And I'm finally ready to share what I wish I knew in the very beginning. And I think that I think that this will help you prepare yourself. And it will help you understand what it takes to get to the level that you want to get to and to become who you want to become. Because we talk so often about how it's like one person, makes a difference and really helps you along, but it's not even, I don't even have words for the connections and the gratitude that I have for the people in my life. The people in my life, without them, I would not be me. So I'm taking what I've learned from them, and I'm taking what I've learned from myself, and I'm sharing it in building your village. I hope that you invest in this. It is giving back to the podcast. More importantly, it's an investment in yourself, because I believe that everyone who has an idea should have support and should have a village. And while you build it, I hope you look to me and look to this collection of stories and connection to help you know for sure that you're supposed to do it, that it's possible for you to do it. Because I really, really, the intention of this entire podcast is to help you know that that thing that you've been dreaming about doing, that you so deeply desire, that is so connected to you, it's possible. And I want you to remember who you are along the way. I want you to keep your internal compass and feel connected to yourself. Understand your mindset. Understand who you are. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to get there. And I don't want it to take you as long. I want you to be able to get to that place of being like, I can do it. I'm good. I'm smart. I'm amazing. I'm talented. I'm powerful. So yeah, this book is really a gift. It feels so right and so connected. I'm going to leave information down below to get it in order to scoop this book. Build Your Village is going to be life-changing. I can feel it. I know it's going to make a massive difference. And for those of you who have privately come to me and said, I want more of your solo podcast type episodes, this will feel like that. I have so much to share. This is a time where I just feel everyone is just trying to figure out, like, what do I do? How do I get there? And especially for those of you who are alone, solopreneurs or self-funded, you're working on your own thing. I really, really, really feel like this is going to help you take it to the next level. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of the It Takes a Village community. I'm so happy to have you here. And it is an absolute blessing to have you as part of my community. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening and for being a part of my village. Please leave us a review, and I will see you in the next episode.